Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is by any means. There go to PayPal right there at Deem by any means. There go to Cash App $ Deem by any means. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you send 50 cents, a dollar, $100, $200, $500. It is much, much appreciated. So Ryan, not the reason that Tank sold 1.2. Shout out to my homie Knockout Boxing because I seen this video and then they put out. I was just scrolling. I had time. I've been real busy lately, and then I seen Knockout Boxing um video come across, and he put up the numbers of Ryan Livegate of barely cracking 1 million. But I told y'all this before that even got publicized that was the deal. I got in arguments and chats about this. Um that's proof right there that he obviously is not the reason Gervonta Davis sold 1.2. It has to be more Gervonta Davis because he has been successful at everything he has done, no matter if it's 200. The thing is with Gervonta, people want to judge his pay-per-view buys off of what he did with Ryan Garcia. But the thing is with that, even when he doesn't do those type of numbers, he's still selling more than everybody else besides either Earl Spence or Canelo Alvarez. But he's so when you say certain stuff like that, y'all told me for the longest time Gervonta only did that because he had Ryan. Well, if that was true, more people would have came out to see Ryan, especially in a city like Houston where it's a lot of Hispanic fan base there. They could have definitely came out and supported and made sure they sold out that arena. Wasn't it in Toyota Center out there in Houston where the Houston Rockets play? So I don't want to hear nothing. That is proof. He wasn't on pay-per-view. His live gate barely cracked 1 million. How could he be the reason that fight did as well as it did? See, it's the total opposite argument when it comes to devinhaney and Lomachenko because the Lomachenko fight, he didn't sell as much. He didn't do more or even close to what he did prior to Lomachenko. And his fight after Lomachenko did severely less. And I'm not saying that Lomachenko is a pay-per-view super attraction or anything. That was his first pay-per-view as myself. But what I'm saying is you got to get a man some credit. Y'all told me for the longest, Dean, you keep talking about these pay-per-views and all this, that, and the third. But Ryan, it's because of Ryan too. And all his family. Ryan had 10 million followers. 10 million followers on Twitter. I don't know how, on Instagram. I don't know how many he got on Twitter. But they definitely should have came out in a state like Texas, in a city like Houston that has a large Hispanic population. They should have sold out if it was because of him. So, but the craziest part about this is that even if Ryan and Rolly did happen, I guarantee that would have sold more than Regis Prograve and Devin. It's crazy. Like, that's crazy. But Ryan definitely can't be walking around acting like he's this big A-side that he is not. Clearly, he is not. You're not. Canelo could fight anybody and do that. Canelo could fight the trash man and do more than that. And this is what I'll be talking to y'all about because the things that y'all sit up there and don't talk about are the first thing that they're talking about when they get in there to talk about contracts and setting up fights. What part about this don't y'all get? Ryan Garcia is the reason. Well, Ryan Garcia numbers is out. He didn't do that well, so it's clearly not because of him. Because he didn't do super well prior to Gervonta Davis. Didn't do super well right after Gervonta Davis. But I guarantee you that Gervonta Davis fights Frank Martin, it would be a sold-out arena. I guarantee you if Gervonta Davis fights Frank Martin, it does at least 250,000 pay-per-view buys at the bare minimum. That's something I can promise you. So y'all got to just find another angle. And that's all I'm saying. Listen, man, we all want the major fights, but y'all got to find another angle because clearly the angles that y'all been coming at are getting debunked left and right. The Saudi Arabian prince not actually being a prince and all this, that, and the third. 40 mil bill is what they call him. Ryan Garcia is the reason Gervonta Davis did 1.2 million. Not saying that Ryan didn't play a part. Of course, he played a major part because he made people also interested in seeing the fight. It was people that thought that Ryan Garcia would beat Gervonta Davis. A lot of people. I seen the interviews. You could go back, but that didn't happen. And they did do major numbers. But the thing is, one person is still in the spot he was at with or without you. The other person has not excelled. He has not excelled. So even if Gervonta stay right where he at, he still would be considered one of the face of boxing. He still would be considered one of the most popular fighters in boxing. He still would be somebody, a pay-per-view attraction, people that people want to see. But Ryan Garcia was the person that was supposed to take the next leap, to prove that everything that y'all have been saying for a while, that he was the reason that Gervonta did certain amount of numbers in pay-per-views, because Gervonta wasn't doing super crazy numbers in pay-per-views prior to Ryan Garcia. Well, Ryan Garcia has went down. He hasn't went up. He hasn't went up. You cannot say that he has went up. You could say he's either where he was or under that, but you can't say he is above where he was prior to that. Now, where he may be at now, because he did that stoppage against Duarte and everything, yeah, that gave people probably a little bit more interest in Ryan and confidence in Ryan, including myself. I was impressed with Ryan. I didn't like that broke ass shoulder roll, but I mean, at the end of the day, he did what he was supposed to do. But we got to stop all this. Ryan Garcia is the reason why Gervonta Davis and him sold 1.2 million. You would have to give Gervonta Davis more credit, more percentage reason why that happened, more of the kudos to why that happened, and stop trying to diminish this man every way that y'all can. I told y'all, as long as y'all are on the BS and come with the BS, I'ma stay on the BS. I got to, because it's called integrity. It's called the right thing. It's called having a voice. If you have a voice, you need to speak up. And I can't just let y'all be out here in these YouTube streets, keep running with these narratives and saying these things the same way y'all was talking about he's fighting this Cruz, but won't apologize for that neither. So we've come to find out two narratives that people have been running with against Gervonta Davis, is that Ryan Garcia is the reason they sold 1.2 million, and that Cruz, he's going to fight Cruz again, another flat-footed Mexican. That's something that y'all set up there and said, and it's been getting debunked left and right. So I just wanted to be able to keep it 100 with y'all and tell y'all, I told y'all this was going to happen. I told y'all that wasn't the reason. I told y'all he wasn't fighting Cruz next. I told y'all if he did fight Cruz next, that I was going to demolish Gervonta Tank Davis. But that didn't happen, and I wasn't that worried about that happening, because I already know that just because y'all think that these guys don't comment and pop up on shows and interact with everybody, that they not listening. They listening, y'all. Gervonta Davis heard us loud and clear about Cruz. I promise you he did. I promise you he did. And it wasn't that hard to convince him not to fight Cruz, because he didn't really want the rematch. So all he needed was people to say that they didn't want to see that fight. There you go. But, man, give that man his credit, man, because we're doing a disservice to boxing when we're not bigging up our stars. We're downing them. You'll never hear me say Devinhaney's not undisputed. You'll never hear me say Devinhaney's not one of the biggest fighters in boxing. You'll never hear me say that he's not talented. I've actually told y'all, when people say they don't think Devinhaney's special, my thing is he kind of got to be special, because it takes a special fighter to beat him. So he can't be very good, because he was very good. Somebody like, I think Cruz could beat him, but I don't think that Cruz could beat him. I think it takes a Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Davis, somebody that I do think is special, to beat Devinhaney. So by default, Devinhaney would have to be special. Because if somebody under special can't beat him, then there you go. You know what I mean? So, man, we got to keep it real all the way around the board, and that's what I'm here to do. That's why people watch me. That's why people come to this channel and interact with me, because they know I'm going to keep it real. So let's put that to the bed, that he's fighting Cruz next and all of this stuff. Us Tank Davis fans are starving. Let's put that to the side. Let's put that to the side, that Ryan Garcia is the reason that they sold 1.2 million, because if that was true, any fight Ryan Garcia would have would be on pay-per-view, and damn sure would do very good at the live gate. But neither one of them things have happened, and they wasn't happening before. So y'all know what this is. Deem by any means. There go to Cash App, $ Deem by any means. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means, and I appreciate every last single one of y'all. Y'all know what this is.